truth uncensored. My whole network viral. 12 and a half get you a quarterback. I got them shits flying like spirals. I like my truth uncensored.
But saying, man, I know you did a story on the 50 Cent, Jimmy Henchman, that whole saga. Now, did the feds release a statement?
Yeah, well, this shit's crazy. So, it was yesterday morning. Apparently, I guess the feds got in touch with TMZ.
Wow.
And they were saying that the whole situation involving 50 Cent, Jimmy Henchman, and him telling, because any video we do in the comment section, we always hear 50's a rat, 50's a rat, 50's a rat. Yeah. And it was involving this situation. Well, they were saying that the documents were fabricated. It never happened. 50 never snitched. And TMZ got a hold of that. Now, if I'm not mistaken, just as it's off the cuff, Jimmy Henchman is facing 2 life sentences, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
One of those being for 50 Cent's affiliate who was murdered. What was his name? Let me see. Lodi.
Okay.
Yeah, he killed Lodi Mack. He's being convicted of killing Lodi Mack. That was 50 Cent's boy. And obviously the correlation, everyone was speculating that 50 Cent threw some paperwork out. And then the feds told TMZ that this did not happen. Now, I played an excerpt yesterday. Matter of fact, I'll put this up right now of what 50 Cent had to say in regards to Jimmy Henchman. Just a small excerpt.
No doubt.
And then I'll get your perspective on it. Let's hear it.
That's not rappers, it's gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hold on. Technical difficulty for the people listening on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play.
That's all good.
That's why old guy does all the audio shit. Here we go.
That's not rappers, it's gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Like the guys that I ended up having beef with, not Ja Preem. Right. Not Game Jimmy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like in these cases, like I kind of identified why he was showing with his kid, with the little boy. You know what I'm saying? His boy got slapped in the face. It's like that. But they didn't never slap that boy. That was Mac that slapped him. You know what I'm saying? And it's because the car got hit. Like when Bentley got hit, the mixtape was. Like I had bought or Bentley. And the car got shot up. I remember that. Altercation. Now look, they parked the car in the garage, right? And I'm like, let me see what happens. So I come over there, I said, let me see the car. I want to see the holes in the car. And I look and I go, oh. Nah, he just couldn't shoot. He was trying to make a move because it was right here, like his head, like at your head level, but it just hit the center part. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, okay, so you got to put your dancing shoes on.
All right, so that was 50 Cent talking on a situation that the whole ordeal that went down, and the reason why people were calling him a rat. What you think about this, man?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot about that whole situation and whatnot, but my thing is, what interest do the feds have in clearing his name?
Let's talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know.
And let's talk about that and why and why they went to TMZ in particular. Does that just strike you as weird to me? I talked about that a lot more because, like you, I'm not invested into this situation as much, to sit here and talk about it in depth and things like that. But things that interest me from reading on it and doing research in particular was, all right, why the fuck did the feds go to TMZ to clear 50? Like, why would they do that? When in history have you ever seen FBI go to a news outlet and do that? What do you think about that?
Well, obviously there's a connection there. I think that it happens more. I mean, the thing is that they probably have relationships built when things go down. People that work for these bigger companies, they're calling police stations, FBI, trying to get reports and facts and stuff, probably back and forth. So obviously the feds know that it's weird because the feds are going to know that when you put something out through TMZ that the masses are probably going to believe that this went down, because it was a situation a few times. And I think one I could bring up that I know in particular, when I think they were saying something about Rick Ross that wasn't true. I don't know. I forgot exactly what it was about him, but we kind of thought that he was going to die or something like that. And he didn't. And the story possibly came through TMZ at that time.
But, when he was real sick.
Yeah. And it's been other things. Obviously, people in the comments will load the comment section with stuff that TMZ has been accused, of doing. But yeah, obviously, I mean, it strikes me. One eye is open real wide when you see, why the feds will contact TMZ and what interest would they have in bringing up and clearing 50 Cent's name from him being a rat. I don't know. I mean, obviously a lot of people say a lot about that, but I just don't know, man.
I don't think 50 Cent commented on this. Does that strike you as being weird? 50 Cent usually comments on everything, but he's a smart dude.
Yeah,
he's a genius.
Yeah, I think he'll stay away from, things like this. Maybe if somebody asks him about it in an interview, he may talk about it, but I don't see him making no memes. I don't think you could joke around this because, like you said, everybody keeps calling this dude a rat every time you put a video up. A few other people like that too. Like, this dude's a rat. He told boom, 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 but there's been no paperwork. Another guy's been T.I. A lot of people continuously try to call T.I. a rat, but there's no paperwork. So I don't know.
Yeah, man, that whole culture, like I said, it got an energy around it that's just like, it's off. And I don't expect 50 Cent to talk about this. I expect him to kind of just stay away from this. That does make me kind of curious as to what he thinks about this going on, because I'm sure he read it on TMZ just like everybody else. And of course, like, oh shit,
it's a story about him. Shit, he's seen everything.
So
I mean, I do believe, that some rappers are probably informants. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he's one of them, but I do feel like you could have some of these rappers, do work hand in hand. All a informant is, giving information to the police or feds and shit. People that work hand in hand with them. I believe that, you know what I mean, wholeheartedly. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure, again, the people, we're just two people talking, but the people that watch this is going to be in the thousands, and these people are going to have deeper insight into these situations because they know a lot more than we probably do about this, who just reporting this occurrence. And, the Fed saying that, look, 50 Cent did not snitch on Jimmy Henchman.
What is fair? I've never seen anything like this to where they came out and said this dude did not do this. Very interesting to me. Y'all let us know in the comment section what y'all think. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know what? Back in the day, in Murder Inc., their whole thing, they used to call 50 out. And they said that he would, do different things, but again, nothing's ever been, I think, proven to my knowledge, to our knowledge.
Well, I mean, we heard it in the excerpt, and I think it sounded like 50 Cent was on Drink Champs, because he sounded kind of faded, to be honest with you. But he said he didn't have beef with Ja necessarily, it was with Supreme. He didn't have beef with Game necessarily, who was Jimmy Henchman's manager or consultant at the time. He had it with Jimmy. So I don't know. I mean, the shit runs deep.
Yeah.
We all know it's what between the beef between 50 and Supreme. So I don't know. 50's involved with some shit, man. It's just, it runs deeper than what we know sitting here talking amongst two brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, man, we'll definitely move on from that particular topic today. But you tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother Old God and Sam, man. Now Meek Mill the other day was out in Vegas, where he pretty much was trying to book a hotel spot for him and his team to stay. And Meek Mill immediately uploaded this video on Twitter. We're gonna talk about this, Sam, man, after I play this. Here's Meek Mill in front of the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Las Vegas.
Yes. At this time, with the information we have, we're refusing to do business with you. We have the right to do that.
What information? But not refusing to do business with me. You telling me I'm gonna be arrested if I don't leave. If I go up downstairs and get something to eat, I'm gonna be arrested for what? For being a rapper? For what? For what though? But what did you officially protest me for? For what? How?
Sir. Yes. Who do we get the details from?
Say no more. Let's say no more.
The vice president.
Send me that video.
All right, so that's Meek, you know what I'm saying, in front of the Cosmopolitan, and I'm gonna defer this one to you first, because I know you've done a lot of the hotel casino work. And what do you know about the policies, first and foremost, about them kind of refusing somebody to come in? What type of, you ever heard of that?
Everything about the policies. Me being a decade in this particular field, in particular, being in a nightclub, doing formal evictions, writing up paperwork, understanding how this shit go, right? So what they're saying is right now is that Meek Mill was involved in a situation prior to him coming back to that building at that night during that evening, where he was involved in a situation where they deemed it necessary for him to be formally evicted. Now, when somebody's formally evicted, you usually have people in place that were involved, security guards, nightlife people, representatives, whoever's seen the incident. They write formal statements. What happened? How did it happen? Where did it happen? Your recollection of it. They do all of this. They compile all of this stuff. And then they put it into a report. This report gets documented. If they can't get your picture at the time, they don't put it. They put your real name in there. If they don't know your real name, they put your aliases, things like that. And they put you on the list. You're not allowed to come back. The only way you can get off of these lists is if you write a letter to the manager of security, director of security, stating what happened and why you feel like you shouldn't be formally evicted.
Right.
So when he walked up there, they were basically saying that he was formally evicted from property. Now, whether he was or not remains to be seen, because what I also know in security is they do a lot of funny fucking shit.
Yeah.
They do a lot of funny shit. They get scared and nervous when certain rappers come into the building. They automatically assume because they hear this rapper's name and they may be affiliated with this or that they're going to be shootouts and they're going to be this and they're going to be that. And it just blows my mind. Now, like I said, if Meek Mill was involved in a situation and his lawyer does subpoena it, we'll find out, because there will be documentation stating what happened.
Distinct stench of racism to you, because that's been thrown around. You know, people are saying they didn't want Meek to enter the building because he was a black rapper.
I tell you this. A lot of people will say, I'm not racist. I'm not racist. Oh, I love black people. I love this. I love that. I hear that a lot in the casinos. If you're afraid of him because of his skin color, does that still deem racist? If you don't let him in because you're scared of what potentially could happen because it's racism.
Right.
It's fucking racism. And too many times I've been in situations in a nightclub where I've seen black people get pulled out of a hallway to get spoken about when alcohol and things. And I've seen a number of amount of security that adds there. And then I've seen other people get pulled out and the number of security around there. There's a certain fear level that just comes with us in that, especially in environments that don't want to sit there anyway.